We live in a world full of noise, not just sounds, not just notifications, but opinions, advice, trends, expectations. Everyone has something to say. Everyone has a solution. Everyone seems urgent. And somewhere in all of this, thinking clearly feels harder than it should. Let's pause here. When we talk about noise, we often imagine volume. But noise isn't about how loud something is. Noise is anything that pulls you away from your own clarity. Sometimes that noise is external. Other people's opinions about how you should live. Trends telling you what matters right now. Advice that sounds confident, but isn't grounded in your reality. Expectations you didn't consciously choose. That's external noise. And then there's internal noise. Fear that you're falling behind. Self-doubt that questions every decision. Urgency that says everything must be solved immediately. Comparison that quietly erodes contentment. This kind of noise doesn't shout. It whispers. And it follows you everywhere. Here's the key thing to understand. Noise is not chaos. Noise is distraction from your inner signal. It's what keeps you busy in your mind while pulling you away from what you already know. That's why clear thinking feels so rare today. We live inside constant information. More news, more opinions, more input. The mind never gets a chance to settle. And at the same time, we're pressured to react. Respond quickly. Decide fast. Have an opinion now. Reflection has become a luxury. Stillness feels unproductive. So if you've ever felt scattered, overwhelmed, or mentally tired, hear this clearly. You are not broken. Your mind is responding exactly as expected in a world that never stops talking. Problem isn't your intelligence. It's the environment your thoughts are forced to live in. But there is a cost to unclear thinking. Not dramatic, not obvious, subtle. When thinking is unclear, decisions become reactive. You say yes too quickly. You move without direction. You change course often, but never deeply. You stay busy, but unsure why. Life fills up, but meaning thins out. And sometimes, without realizing it, you begin living other people's priorities. Not because you agreed with them, but because they were loud. That's how noise works. It doesn't overpower you. It replaces your attention. Many people believe the solution is more information, more research, more advice, more content. But more information does not create clarity. It creates saturation. Clarity doesn't come from adding more. It comes from subtracting what doesn't matter. Opinions are not wisdom. Volume is not truth. Urgency is not importance. And silence isn't empty. Silence strengthens discernment. It allows your thoughts to organize themselves. It gives weight to what remains. When noise fades, clarity doesn't rush in. It settles. So what does clear thinking actually feel like? It's calm, not forced, grounded, not rushed. Your thoughts feel fewer, but stronger. You're not thinking about everything. You're thinking about what matters. There's confidence, but no urgency. You don't need to convince. You don't need to prove. You just know where you stand. Clear thinking doesn't mean certainty about everything. It means steadiness about what matters now. So how do you begin? Not with a system, not with rules, not with a long list. Just one gentle practice. Allow yourself a quiet break each day to let your mind breathe. Not for fixing, not for planning, not for consuming, just space. Allow yourself 10 minutes of quietude. No input, no phone, no podcast, no scrolling. Sit, walk, breathe. Let your mind be unfinished. At first it may feel uncomfortable. That's normal. You're meeting the noise you've been avoiding. But if you stay, something happens. The mind slows. The urgency loosens. The unnecessary thoughts fall away on their own. And what remains feels clear. Not louder, clearer. You don't force clarity. You allow it. That's the reframe to remember. Clarity is not something you chase. It's something that appears when you stop crowding it out. You don't need to think harder. You need to think with space. And you don't need a quieter world. You need a steadier relationship with your attention. Because even in noise, clarity is possible. Not by fighting the world, but by choosing again and again to listen inward before reacting outward. So today, try this. Pick one moment in your day, morning, lunch, or evening. Set aside 10 minutes and sit quietly. Notice your thoughts, notice the noise, and watch what clarity feels like. Over time, these small moments create a powerful shift. You'll think more clearly, act with more intention, and live a life aligned with what actually matters. In a world full of noise, your mind is allowed to be calm. Your decisions are allowed to be deliberate. And your clarity is allowed to grow, one quiet, reflective moment at a time. Let this be enough for today. If this video helped you step back from the clutter, consider subscribing to GrowthNest Academy. We share calm, reflective ways to grow your mind, your habits, and your life each week. And if you found a moment of clarity today, leave a comment and share it. Your insight might help someone else rise above the noise too. Take this quiet with you. Think clearly. Move calmly. The world can wait.